guys! I recently finished an amazing book, and I really want to share with you guys why I loved it so much and why I think it's so unique from anything else I've ever read. I feel that for those of you who love dystopian, action, and adventure, that you will fall in love with this book and fall in love with the characters. I also feel like this is the type of book that just kind of opens your eyes to new genres. It will leave you wanting to read more action books. Everything about this book was so awesome, and just like, it's indescribable how many unique elements come together to like create the plot and story of this book. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the book I'm talking about, and it is Blood Red Road by Moira Young. And I had really high expectations because the plot sounds like everything I love in a book. But let me tell you, I was so shocked at how good it came out to be. When I started reading, I realized the author doesn't use quotation marks around dialogue. Sometimes when I was reading, I would forget that there's dialogue because I'm so used to, you know, descriptions and, you know, other details being without quotations. So it got kind of jumbled at times, and I kind of forgot I was reading dialogue, and I'd have to read back to see like what people said. But you definitely get used to it, don't worry about that. And the second thing is that their language is a little bit different. The way they talk, the way they say things, and the way the author spells things is kind of funny, but also really unique. So the author doesn't spell words with the G at the end of it. It's like everything, anything, runnin', walkin'. It's just an N at the end. Another example is that the word for, like I went for a walk, is spelled F-E-R, and just, J-U-S-T, is spelled J-E-S-T throughout the whole book. Like, the whole world she's created comes along with new kind of slang, and the way they say it is translated through the way she writes it. So you kind of get a feel for the way they talk. It's really cool. Like, at the beginning I was kind of caught off guard. I'm like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna like this. But if you feel that way when you start it, just keep going with it, because I'm so glad I did. I was tempted to put it aside and stop reading it, to be honest. Even your is spelled Y-E-R, your. So it's not, oh, that's your dog, it's, that's your dog, your dog. You kind of get the accent when you say it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm going to talk about what this book is actually about now. I just want to talk about that first because I feel like it's something that's pretty important when it comes to this book. So our main character is Saba, and she is 18 years old, and she also has a twin brother who is Lou. Lou is older than she is. He was born 2 hours earlier. The relationship is definitely different than I've ever read before. She looks up to him, and she actually compares herself to him. She feels she's not as good as her brother. Her brother's more beautiful than she is. He's more strong, he's brave. Saba looks up to him so much. They spend so much time together. She would do anything for him. Her love for him is anything I've ever seen before. I've never read about a brother-sister relationship like her and Lou. It's incredible. She goes by this thing where she says, Lou always leads the way and I'm following, I'll do whatever he asks me to. And they live in this world, it's very barren, it's like a huge desert. That's how I kind of pictured it. Sandstorms whip through this place. It's pretty much like a dried up wasteland, and this place that she lives is called Silver Lake. She also has a little sister, and her name is Emmy. Emmy doesn't really mean much to Saba. When it comes down to it, she loves Lou a lot more. Like, it's obvious when she talks to Emmy. She tells her to shut up. She tells her to, you know, stop talking to her. Saba and Emmy's relationship is really weak. She always puts Lou first. She loves Lou. Lou's her like only sibling in her mind. That's what I kind of gathered from reading it. They live with their father, and their mother passed away giving birth to Emmy. So Saba also blames Emmy for that as well, the death of her mother, which is really hard to read about. So it's Emmy, Saba, Lou, and her father, and ever since her mother's death, her father has been kind of crazy. He hasn't been the same. He doesn't smile anymore. He believes that the stars tell the future and that they tell, you know, what's gonna happen next. One afternoon, Lou and Saba, they go out to walk to some place, and then this huge sandstorm starts, and they don't know what's happening until they see 4 men on horses kind of gallop through the sandstorm, through the sand wind. And before they know it, they have taken Lou, and they have killed Saba's father. And from the moment he was kidnapped, Saba promised him, looked him in the eyes, and told him that she was going to go save him, and she was going to do whatever she could to get him back. I just got chills saying that because it's so exciting. It's incredible what she would do for her brother, and her love for him is so raw within this book. Like, you just know it when you read it. From that moment, she promises herself that she's going to find her brother and she's going to bring him home. Also, along the way, she has to discover why they took him, what they want with him, and what it will take to get him back. This is a huge adventure that has so many moments, so many like adventures within it, so many new characters. She meets a boy named Jack, and she also meets a group of girls called the Free Hawks. What I loved about this book is that Saba started this book thinking that her brother was always the leading guy, that he was the strongest, the smartest, the most brave. But this adventure teaches her that she's just as brave and strong and smart as her brother, and that she's just as fierce, and that she's just as amazing in terms of her fighting capabilities. I thought Saba was an equally amazing character as she was stubborn. She's very stubborn, she's very hard-headed, but there's something fierce inside of her that I loved. There's like an inner fire within her that just keeps her going. Just everything put together, the new characters she meets, the brutal the brutal conflicts, the fighting, the journeys, the adventure, the evil guys in this book, and it's just so cool. I did not want to put this down at all. I was like totally captivated. I did not want to like close it for I finished this in 3 sittings. It was incredible how fast I finished this. So also, if you're wondering, there is romance incorporated with this book, and it was just as powerful as the adventure was. The romance wasn't a little side thing that popped up here and there. It kind of lingered for a good portion of the book. At the same time, while she gave us enough, she made it so that it was realistic and it didn't go too fast, if that makes any sense. While this world is fictional and it's very dystopian-like, she made it so realistic somehow. It's like this world actually exists, and that's why I love these kind of books. I mean, this is why I read. This is why I read. This is like a prime example of why I love to read YA. The also cool thing I loved is that Saba has a pet crow, and his name is Nero, I think I'd call him Nero, and he's like more of a person than an actual bird, and it was so cool to have this bird follow her around and help her along the way, and he'd come down and sit on her shoulder. And I really love this book. I just want you guys to read this. I loved it. I thought it was great. So far, this is probably one of my favorite books I've read this year, if not my favorite book. On Goodreads, this is called Dustlands #1. So I know by that there's going to be a #2 and possibly #3, which really makes me excited. I've never done this in a review, but I love this book so much that I want to read you something that happens right in the beginning of the book and what she says about her brother. Lou got born first, on midwinter day when the sun hangs low in the sky. Then me, 2 hours later. That pretty much says it all. Lou always goes first, always first, and I follow on behind. And that's fine. That's right. That's how it's meant to be. Because everything's set. It's all fixed. The lives of everybody who's ever been born. The lives of everybody still waiting to be born. It was all set in the stars the moment the world began. The time of your birth and the time of your death. Even what kind of person you're going to be, good or bad. If you know how to read the stars, you can read the story of people's lives. The story of your own life. That's gone. That's now, and that's still to come. Back when Pa was a boy, he met up with a traveler, a man who knew many things. He learned Pa how to read the stars. Pa never says what he sees in the night sky, but you can see it lays heavy on him, because you can't change what's written. Even if Pa was to say what he knew, even if he was to warn you, it would still come to pass. I see the way he looks at Lou sometimes, the way he looks at me, and I wish he'd tell us what he knows. I believe Pa wishes he never met the traveler. If you seen me and Lou together, you'd never think we was the same blood. Never think we grew together in the same womb. He's got gold hair, I got black. Blue eyes, brown eyes. Strong, scrawny. Beautiful, ugly. He's my light. I'm his shadow. Lou shines like the sun. That must have made it easy for them to find him. All they had to do was follow his light. Anyway, that's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you're going to pick this up, or if you've already read it. I'd love to hear what you thought of it. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this helped you, and I really hope you guys will check out Blood Red Road by Moira because I loved it. And I'll see you later. Bye!